I was just sat there watching the edit back from last week and talking about the Lego X-Wing. Then I remembered this gift we purchased, one that I got. That's perfect for the fish tank. Perfect. Slight issue is I'd forgotten the Lego does float, so the stones are kind of holding it down, so I fully expect to go back down later and it be floating around on the top of the tank. But yeah, it is the occasional vlog, and it is the pre-trip vlog, so come with us as we pre-trip. I have no idea what that means. Gemma's beer. Cheers, honey.
Cheers.
My holiday started. Oh no, I'm gonna have to find the dolphin noise. We aren't quite as clean and non-sweary as we might make out on the vlogs. But yeah, I'm finished. I've just had a big curry and it's quite full. Finished now for the holiday, so now my work begins with tidying the house and stuff in the next couple of days. It's still Friday night though, so we're just having a celebratory beer for me. And we're watching Emma and John. Good morning, it is Saturday now and my countdown timer is now showing 3 days until we go to Florida 2023. So yeah, so the countdown is very small now, and now the work begins, the tidying, the packing, the cooking pulled pork for this weekend for dinner, and then the drinking of a beverage or two, but that's probably for later today. Gemma is at work. She is at work until 3:30. She's finishing a little earlier today, so we'll go and get her then. But in the meantime, as previously mentioned, I do have quite a lot of tidying to do. Get as much of it done as I can so that we don't have to do it tomorrow and Monday. We'll probably have to do it tomorrow and Monday. Got a very cute cat rolling over down there. There she is. Looking like one of them tiger breads you get from Asda. Thank you to the people who responded about the anxiety thing on the last video as well. It turns out I'm not alone, which is reassuring to know. I'm obviously not great for those people either as well. But I will say this. Since I talked about that on this vlog and with Gemma, it's been a lot better. So there are my advice, my lesson learned from that is to talk about it. Even if you just, talk into a camera that you're holding and put it on YouTube into a void of other videos. It all helps, and it's nice to get a response as well. But yeah, today's jobs consist primarily of, as previously mentioned, I'm going to make pulled pork. I want to try and get the dishes washed in the kitchen, and I want to think about my packing of clothes, and more importantly, well actually probably not more importantly, what certainly is equally as importantly is the packing of cameras, because you can imagine if I went to Florida just with cameras, vlogging naked in the theme parks would probably get me kicked out. So yeah, I did have a quick look earlier, and there are some clear gaps in my camera packing that I have missed out on. One of them is the handle for the ZV-1, which I'm not sure where that is. And while we're on this side of the trip, I also need to get a new battery in that handle because, or at least have one in the bag, maybe just one in the bag, because it's Bluetooth, and it takes little coin batteries, like for your watch, and typically they run out when you're on holiday and you can't get to one quite easily. Oh, I'm sure people in Florida sell them everywhere because, it's not like we're going to the back of beyond. But first of all, I think I need to get dinner on because it's going to be slow cooked and that takes time, as is the name. Big pork shoulder, boneless. I'll take the skin off it. We'll get it in the Instant Pot, get some barbecue sauce on it, barbecue marinade, and we'll give it probably an 8-hour blast. And that should do us tea for tonight and tomorrow. And then Monday, we usually get a takeout on a Monday on the night before we leave a holiday, just for simplicity's sake. So we might just get pizza or something. And then, yeah, that should be us. We don't need anything for breakfast Tuesday morning because we have the lounge for the first time in 16 years. I was trying to think. We got married in 2008. 15 years, actually. 15 and a half years. We took the lounge then. Before we flew. I remember Gemma's dad really liked the lounge and he always asked us to book the lounge for the Florida trips, and we're like, no, we don't need to book the lounge. He's not coming on this one, and we booked the lounge. Oops. But it's something different for the vlogs as well, I guess. We're trying We try not to be too formulaic with our trip vlogs, you know, but we also are very much, we are being true to ourselves. So we aren't going to be like, well, let's go to this place because it might vlog well. You know, we're actually doing pretty much the opposite this time. We're like, let's go to Lake Apopka Wildlife Park. Why? Because we really like alligators and birds. Will it vlog well? Don't care. Right, it's gone in. I've gone as simple as I can on this. I haven't even fried it or anything. I don't often do with the pulled pork, to be honest. I've just thrown it in there. I've thrown some OXO smoky barbecue sauce and some Cape Herb and Spice Louisiana Cajun spice rub on top of it, just to get a bit of flavour in there. We'll see what it comes out like at the other side. And I've put the slow cooker on for 8 hours as well. Well, I'm actually using the Instant Pot. So people said that the Instant Pot doesn't actually make a very good slow cooker, but we found it really good. So yeah, I've used that. Just got myself a can of pot, and we'll see how it comes out again. We used it for the the beef last week, and the lamb we used the Instant Pot setting. So the Instant Pot setting, when you use it as a full Instant Pot, is like a big pressure cooker. Anyway, I'm gonna have my can of pop, have a nice sit down, and then crack on with some more tidying in a bit. Don't play Starfield all afternoon, Matt. Don't play Starfield all afternoon. Someone's being very cute today. Admittedly, she's also being very annoying. She's walking around the house just crying forlornly. She likes to do when she wants attention. Of course, now that I film it, she decides to have a wash instead. She's just come running downstairs with that mouse in his mouth, crying like he was proud of his catch. It's a toy mouse. Of course, Archie can't do anything in this house without Reggie double checking it's okay. Right, I've got to go through the camera bag and see what we're missing. I actually just found the handle for the ZV-1. It was in there all along. But let's see what we're taking this year. We might have to cut back on some of this. There's quite a lot in here. That's the new set of binoculars. Why are they upside down? With the lens caps missing. But that is the new set of binoculars. We'll get them sorted in a bit. Bobbles, because I'm a longer prat. GoPro handle. I bought it. I've never used it. I've got it anyway. It's there. This bit's quite handy though. The little plastic insert to stop it from popping off. Because, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Probably will use this at Discovery Cove. Buff. I always get buffs. These are for to stop my head getting burnt in the sun. This is just one of the many that I've got. I have bought a new one for this year. Yesterday, these turned up. I was kind of acutely aware that some of my GoPro bolts were getting quite rusty and old, so I ordered these alloy ones, some unknown brand off Amazon that seems to get quite good reviews, and they weren't particularly expensive. There's the workhorse vlogging camera. Yeah, I don't use that for the weekend vlogs, but that is the ZV-1 that we'll be using. A bit dusty, needs a bit of a clean. That'll get done today. The GoPro mount for the window, which probably comes with the same screws that I just bought. Yes, there definitely is one in there. Wasted my money, never mind. Camera back case for the ZV-1. Stop it getting damaged in transit. I'll throw that in my camera bag. So a lot of the SeaWorld Happy Busch Gardens ride require a chest mount for GoPros. I bought this one in 2015 and I've literally never used it. This was to replace my wrist strap mount that broke on the 2015 trip. So I thought, rather than buy another cheap one that'll break, I'll get a proper GoPro one. Arguably also wasted my money. The pin badges, more than we'll need there, but yeah, I might split this out and take a few less than that. People have said they want one of those who might see us in the zoo. I'm going to try and get into the habit of putting a few in my bag in the zoo. So if you do see us in the zoo, please say hello and ask for one, and I'll dish them out. Gemma bought me this camera case from Temu, so I'll probably put a load of bits and bobs in there. There might already be some stuff in here, actually. Let's have a look what we've got. Yeah, we've already got a lot of our batteries in here. So these are for the ZV-1. These are aftermarket ones. There's the proper one. Spare memory card. That needs to go in my memory card holder, really. And then these are the GoPro batteries. I have 3 of these. I think I've got 6 ZV-1 and 3 GoPro batteries. Far too many batteries when you're a vlogger. This is the GoPro 7 mount and the bag clip, so you can clip it onto a bag. I've had that since 2016, 2015. It's rusty, it's starting to get a bit stiff, but I very rarely use it, to be honest, so we'll see. It might not come with us. Another thing that might not come with us, I know I said I have the chest mount and a lot of the rides require that, but I do still have another wrist mount. This is another fairly aftermarket one. So it does seem to have held up much better than the other one though. Although I'm not a big fan of the twisty round thing because it doesn't really stay straight. But the thing I did like about this one is although it has that twisty round mount, I can pull this off and put a standard GoPro mount on there. I'll just show you how that works. Do I have one already removed? Because that would have been easier. Basically, if you squeeze there, this whole top section comes off, and then I can replace it with the one off the chest mount or one of the others that I've got. Battery charger for the ZV-1, I'll keep that handy. We used to take loads of these, but batteries for phones have got lots better, so we'll probably just take the one. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour Samsung battery. I do have an Anker one that's I think 15,000. So I might take that instead, and that also has the added ability to charge 2 phones at once, although I think you might be able to do that with a USB-C on this one. Loads of USB cables. Everything's pretty much USB-C now, but I'm sure there'll be like one thing that we own that still uses micro USB. Here's the handle for the ZV-1. You can see there, if you don't lock it, and I always forget to, the light comes on, and it basically starts to use the battery, so I will probably put a new battery in there. But this handle doubles as a little miniature tripod, and I got this on an offer when I bought the ZV-1, so it didn't cost a huge amount, but realistically this thing is far too expensive for what it is, which is why I think even a lot of like a more established vloggers will have the ZV-1 sat on a what's the name, a Manfrotto Pixie thing, whereas we use this thing. I must admit, being able to start and stop from here is quite useful, and it does zoom as well. There's a couple of other settings on there. But yeah, that just mounts onto the bottom of the camera. The GoPro 7 itself, showing its age a little bit now, but I have seen no reason for me to upgrade beyond the GoPro 7. The GoPro 12 is actually coming out in the next couple of days as well. So it's like, I was umming and ahhing about buying an 11, and then had I bought an 11, I would have been, well, now I need to get the 12. But anyway, yeah, the 7 still holds up. It still does pretty good stability control. They've probably improved it a bit since, but hey, I'm not that fussed. Travel plug, always useful. I've just realised there is something I'm missing, which we'll get in a bit. Memory cards, cat air on them, because of course it's our house. There's the lens caps for the binoculars. We'll get them sorted in a minute. For some reason I've just found my nifty 50. This is for an SLR. That doesn't need to come with us, we're not taking the big camera. On our first trips we did used to take the SLR, but we don't do it anymore. Anyway, I'm just going to go and retrieve something before I forget that we'll need to add into this. This is the RAV Power File Hub. I don't believe you can buy these anymore. But what this is, if I hold that button down, this has many uses, and it's actually quite a cool little piece of kit. Number one, put a memory card in that end. On this end, of course it won't focus on it, you plug in a USB cable, and into the USB cable I then plug into a hard drive, and then I can copy files from the memory card to the hard drive. And the way you do that is you connect to this like a Wi-Fi router. So this then acts as a Wi-Fi router. So you use your phone to connect to it and copy the files across. Another additional thing that this does, and I've never found use for it, but it probably was more useful maybe 5-10 years ago, was if your room has wired internet access, you can plug it into this, and then this becomes a Wi-Fi router, so that then you can access your Wi-Fi using this. You can basically make your own Wi-Fi hotspot. Again, I've never used it, but it is there. It's battery powered. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so it will keep itself charged. You can charge a phone from it. And yeah, this is the thing that uses the old USB standard. I knew there was something that I had that would need that, so we will need a couple of those cables to have around as well. And the hard disk I used to use used to be an old laptop drive, you know, the 2.5-inch mechanical drives. This year I now have this little puck here, which is a 500GB SSD. So yeah, that'll be where I back up the videos at the end of the day and just leave that running while we're getting dressed or having a shower, or even when we've just gone to bed at night. Just leave the files copying from the, you can use the iPad to copy them or whatever. And the only other thing in there is a couple of ponchos from last year. So I think that's like pretty much 95% of all the kit I'll need for the vlogging. I'll probably get a few more USB cables. I like to have too many rather than too few. Double check all the memory cards are in there. They should all be empty, but I'll double check that as well. And then just double check all the batteries are full. I can already see I'm missing one of the batteries because it's over here. So that can go on the pile as well. Gemma's home. You're right.
Yeah.
Done now, ain't you?
Finished. Done.
Finished. All done.
A quick trip to Cars for some pre-holiday cans.
Yep, and then we're ready.
We're ready.
Yeah, I'm vlogging again. I'm still blocking the fan again.
I think he's just trying to be Ken.
Ken?
Barbie and Ken.
Oh, I think you meant Ken Barlow.
Yeah, Ken Barlow.
Anyway, so yeah, we're on downtime now. Dinner's nearly ready. Well, it'll be about another hour. It's not really nearly ready at all, but we're not particularly hungry yet.
I'm home really early.
Yeah. So rest of the weekend is prepping, packing, and then we're in off. We're not going there.
Sorry, no, tangled up in front, send me a message on Instagram.
Okay.
That's what it contains.
Well, there's a pulled pork update. It's done. I've thrown some Red's True barbecue sauce on it, and I'm going to try and brown it off a little bit in the oven, which is what we like to do when we've blasted it in the slow cooker all day. And then we're going to serve it up with some tortilla chips and some cheese on top. And the pulled pork is completed with some cheese on top, some fiery cheese, Guy Fieri cheese. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
It is Sunday. You alright, Jem?
Mm-hmm.
Good. We are going over and seeing family today, so we'll probably not vlog that, but we'll probably get started on the packing this evening.
Yeah.
And eat the rest of that pulled pork, which was very nice. Unless it gets too hot. It's still very warm. As borne out by how sleepy the cats look. Watch, hang on. He's done nothing all morning but sleep.
That's not true, he's playing in the bath.
Oh yeah, he did play in the bath. Nice and cool in there. And he woke us up this morning screaming, like really loud, which for him is unusual. So I came down and fed him. Look at the little beans. So we went over to see my sister, who just got back from Disney World. She's lent me these Halloween light up bead necklace thing for the not so scary party. And also she bought me this t-shirt, which is the Three Bridges bar in Coronado Springs. That's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
And she got you some earrings, didn't she?
Yeah, with little Bergstone Mickeys.
Very cool.
And go on holiday with us.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get packing in a bit, so this will probably be coming back to Florida with me.
Yeah.
Can be very well travelled. Bit of a quality leftovers, things at the freezer, and pulled pork from last night, tea today. Looks good. Camera prep continues. GoPro is charging. I need to double check the other two batteries to see if they're charged too. All my other camera batteries but one I've found and have charged. Memory cards all emptied. Good morning. These two in particular have been very snuggly so far. Pixie was very snuggly upstairs earlier. I think they know they're going on their holidays too. I think Reggie's the first to realise that something's up. He's disappeared. We're not sure where he is. He's probably hiding under the couch. It's his favourite place to go. He's the one we struggle with sometimes, so need a little bit of patience for him, that's all, and stay calm. No filming while we did it because we wanted to get it done, and Reggie struggles. He gets a bit upset, as you can hear. But they're all in, so now we take them to the catteries and they can get comfortable there. Cat's all dropped off successfully. We didn't vlog that because it's
The new cattery.
not easy to do.
Looks very, very nice.
But yeah, the new cattery looks lovely. It was recommended to us by the previous cattery that we used to use, so that goes with, we know they're comfy there. They seem to settle in quite quickly. Anyway, we're just going to get dinner and then we'll be back at home and carry on. Well, we normally get Domino's or pizza or whatever before we, on our last day before we go on holiday. But this time we decided we'd make a little feast of the Rolls Royce of pizzas. The Asda Create Your Own. Gemma got that one there with the spicy chicken and the onions, and I got my chicken, bacon, mushroom, extra cheese monstrosity that I really like. Beauty of that is, as well, it were 2 pizzas and a drink for £6, compared to if we bought Domino's, we'd have been talking 30 quid or something daft like that, Started. There's my new buff, look. Spoiler warning for the holiday. It's bright green and blue, colourful. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for the new suitcases they provided us for this trip, but no one did, so we're just using the same brown trip cases that we've used the last few thousand times. He's paid 300 quid for a suitcase anyway. Look, it's still got the purple duct tape on it that's been on there for, well, probably since the first trip. Definitely the 2017 one, I remember mentioning it on. Anyway, got my clothes sorted. Got me toiletries and some more clothes and camera stuff and me tea gel so I don't end up with a flaky head. All sorted. So yeah, just need to combine all of those now. And we're pretty much done as far as packing. Still a bit more housework to do, some tidying and that. But yeah, all night. And it's nice actually because we are flying out at 9. Sorry, we're getting to the airport, leaving for the airport at 9 tomorrow. So rather than us being up at like 4 AM and struggling to get going, we should get a decent night of sleep. Probably wake up at 4 AM all excited again. Taking a bit of time out to edit this vlog, so I'm now editing the vlog that you're watching. It's confusing me, I don't know about you. Last thing you have to do before you go on holiday is set the pinter up to brew a beer while you're away. It only takes 7 days to brew, but apparently if you leave them for a bit longer you can get better results. We'll find out one way or the other. That will of course sit in this bucket because we don't want any risks of it leaking, because that has been known to happen in the past with these. I did intend to time lapse this packing, but we just rattled on and got it done. Most of my clothes are now sorted in no particular order whatsoever. Just got to throw some of the tech stuff in. Gemma's already nearly hit the limit of what she can take on the way out, so should be fun coming back. We do have premium on the way back though, so we can get an extra case if we need it. So we've left the kitchen door open. That's not my cat. Cheeky lad. See you, mate.
Oh, Jesus.
Eat what you can. And what you don't eat, you're having for breakfast tomorrow. That looks better than a Domino's pizza, hands down.
Oh, this is the best pizza.
Yeah.
It's my favourite.
Enjoy.
Spicy chicken, chorizo, peppers and onions.
Enjoy, honey.
Because we turned off one off. So
Yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly.
Because we've got the back door open now. And we've got the way so I can see the telly.
Okay. And there's my pizza, which is chicken, bacon, mushroom, extra cheese. We added a bit more cheese, doubled down on cheese for the garlic bread as well. So I think we'll probably end this vlog now, actually. Because all we're going to be doing now is we're going to have can of Korev, nice Cornish lager. And then we'll get to bed and we'll pick up our next full trip. Oh, before I forget, we posted a poll asking if I should take Gemma to Halloween Horror Nights. Now, we always said on our channel that it would be 10,000 subs.
Not we.
I always said it would be 10,000 subs. I think it was Sarah that suggested that.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, it was looking like it was going to be about 2035 by the time 10,000 subs comes along. So, you booked tickets, didn't you? So we are going to go for one night at Halloween Horror Nights. So I need everyone to watch this vlog series to make it worth my while. And I'm going to have to take a pair of pre-brown trousers.
I'll pack some tenner late before you can go.
So we can go to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time for me. So that should be interesting. I hear there's some beers.
Oh, fabulous.
You excited?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Very now.
Very, yeah. So next time you see a vlog from us, it'll be travel day. Other than maybe some quick vlogs and some daily vlogs here and there. Next full vlog will be travel day. And then we'll pick up again with the occasional vlogs when we get back. So thanks everyone for watching. If you are new to the channel, and I don't do this often, but if you are new, give us a like and a subscribe, share, ring bell, honk hooter. And we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon.
See you later guys, bye bye.